Hello, beautiful people. How na day? What's poppin'? Yes, it's your girl, Sylvia. Welcome to Lifestyle with Sylvia. And I'm here with some beautiful people. And guess the topic I'm discussing today about depression and suicide. Yes, so...
Okay. Hello, guys. My name is Vina Dwara, and I am a USI student, fourth year USI student, and I am studying criminal justice.
Are you
And
sure?
yeah, I'm sure I'm studying criminal justice.
Okay.
And
let's
I
believe
think
that.
this subject actually relates to what I study. So yeah,
Yeah, so it's kind of
it's
it's kind of personal for you,
yeah,
right?
exactly.
It's your profession. Hi, I'm Mohammed Ahmed. I'm also a USIU student. This is my second year. I'm also a criminal justice major, and yeah, this is a very important subject, and hopefully we can provide some insight.
Okay, you guys heard them. So we're going to be talking about suicide. Okay, stay tuned. Okay, welcome back to Lifestyle with Silver. Like I said, I'm with some beautiful people, and we're going to be discussing about depression and suicide. Have you guys noticed that a lot of youths have been committing suicide of lately? Yeah. So that's what I wanted us to talk about. But what do you actually think that can cause depression? Because I think from depression you start thinking of suicide. Yeah.
I think we talked about this in class. We were in a personality or psychology class on Friday, and we talked about suicide. And because a friend of ours, she was in the class and she was trying to explain to the lecturer how a friend was almost about to commit suicide, but then she called that first. And by the time she was already getting to meet the girl had already taken the pills.
Wow.
So my lecturer brought up that topic, like, why do you think people commit suicide nowadays? And I think it's just basically because of, I don't know, I think the world is just changing. Everyone wants to be like everyone, you know. Every girl wants to be like every girl, you know. There is
I concur
even,
with that.
yeah, even people are even doing surgeries right now to get like the old thing that a man wants, you know, those
Like
kind of
The
stuff.
whole thing.
Oh no, why would you do that? like in Kardashian, no?
So I
Uh-huh.
feel like there is so much pressure to people out there, especially the youths, when it comes to meeting up with what the society wants. So I think because of that, it just leads to depression, you know. When you've had like this big fantasy life of what you want to be when you grow up, and now reality hits you that it's not possible. I think that actually leads to depression.
Do you have anything to contribute?
I agree with her mostly that I think we live in interesting times because there's the internet, the world's more connected, everybody knows everyone.
The internet.
So now, even me as a guy, right, most of the time we talk about girls, they see other girls with the big butt and stuff.
Oh my god!
But even as a guy, for me, when I'm scrolling through Instagram and I see a 6'5" dude with rippling abs, or if I see another guy with a fancy car and he's like 19 years old,
Wow.
I'm like, what am I doing with my life? So obviously, it's now that we're more connected, instead of comparing yourself to your neighbor, now you're comparing yourself to basically the whole world.
Yes.
And then on top of that, I think we've gotten used to, generally speaking, the world is a little more peaceful than it used to be.
Okay.
So now that you have it's the, what do you call it? Maslow's pyramid. Once you have your basic needs of
then
food, water, security,
so then you get
now
to
now you're starting to
self-actualization.
think, you're starting to think, which community do I belong to?
Yeah.
And a lot of people, if they don't go to church, they don't go to the mosque,
Yeah.
they don't have a lot of friends.
Yes.
So
They're just in the world of their own.
exactly, yeah. So you start to feel lonely, even if you're surrounded by people.
Okay. The question is to you because I noticed that. Okay, not like I noticed. I've seen so many news about a guy committing suicide because the girlfriend left him. Seriously, it sounds to me.
No,
It
it's not
sounds
funny,
weird.
it's
It sounds
serious,
funny,
it's serious,
weird,
it's
and
serious.
ridiculous. Seriously, a guy committing suicide because of a girl or
Yeah.
his girlfriend left him. To me, it sounds weird.
It
doesn't
sounds
make
insane.
sense,
So to you, what do you have to contribute? What do you have to say?
Obviously I don't know what that would feel like. You always want to put yourself in that person's shoes. So maybe it wasn't just the girlfriend that left him. Maybe
Okay.
it's he's not close with his families. He doesn't like the way his life is going. And the only thing going right in his life is that he has a girlfriend, right?
Yeah.
That's one thing. If you don't have a good job, or if you're not doing well in life, if you have a significant other, you always feel better. Now that girlfriend left him. Now he has nothing.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying I understand it,
Yeah.
but that might be able to explain it.
Yes.
And then there's another thing with guys. I don't know if it's the same as that. There's a movement online right now in the West. It's called incels. They're involuntary celibates. They can't get girls. And instead of looking at themselves and saying, okay, I need to fix myself and do something to make myself more attractive, they say, oh, I'm never going to get a girlfriend. Women suck. I hate them. And then all that self-hatred starts.
Hear that?
Yeah.
Women sore.
Yeah, women suck.
But seriously,
Why don't they want me?
But seriously,
Yeah.
women make the world beautiful.
Yeah, women are very beautiful.
Yes,
All you beautiful
we make the
ladies
world
out
more
there.
fun. That was initially why God had to create Eve.
Exactly.
Because he saw that Adam was lonely. So
Yeah.
how can someone choose not to mingle with?
Exactly.
I think it's just like a defense mechanism. that
It
they
is,
just
yeah.
bring up, yeah.
Yeah. So then it gets worse and worse and worse, and then eventually, yeah.
You
start thinking, you fall into depression.
You start being depressed.
Yeah.
Then start thinking of suicide.
It's true, yeah. I actually have a very close friend of mine who went through something like that. I knew he had problems with his family. His mother had mental illnesses. School, he wasn't doing well. He had dropped out,
Okay.
and he couldn't find a stable job. The one thing he had was this girl that he really, really loved. And when she tried to break up with him, he threatened to kill himself.
Wow.
So I see it.
Yeah,
I've seen it
Yeah,
firsthand.
I clearly understand
Yeah.
because when you're not close to your family,
Yeah.
and maybe the parent. That's why sometimes parents are separate. Actually, most of the children
Yeah,
fall
it
into
affects them,
it really affects them. So they now get a girl that have been supporting them for the past so many years,
Yeah.
and then at the end of
Exactly,
the day,
Yeah.
she's
leaves,
tired
yeah,
and
yeah.
Exactly,
so
yeah.
they now get depressed and now I get your point.
Mhm.
Also, I think about sexual abuse also causes
Yes, it's true.
also causes, because I saw a video about a girl being abused for 5 years. Then when she got to 12 to 13 years, she started thinking about suicide, making moves about suicide. She said in her neighborhood. She didn't really point out who, but I think for sexual abuse, someone to sexually abuse someone is someone close to you.
It has to be.
Someone you brought close to yourself, to your side, to your family.
Yeah, extended
Yes,
family,
yes,
teachers,
yes.
neighbors.
So it can be a stranger. A stranger can see you
Yeah.
and start thinking of sexual
it's
abuse.
true.
Yeah. So I think someone close to you. So she was like in her neighborhood. So definitely it has to be around someone that
she
knows.
sees every day.
Yeah. So she was about 6 years then.
6 years old.
Yeah, 6 years. So she was sexually abused and child abuse. That
Yes.
thing is sexual and child abuse. So till she got to 12 years.
From 6 to 12, she was being abused.
Yes. So now she got to 14 years. She started thinking of suicide. You see.
Which is
Yeah.
understandable.
And so I think that is bad. Please, if you do that, if you sexually abuse ladies, women, and child abuse too, if you do that, please stop it. It is not right.
That's true.
It is wrong. Please stop it. It's really you're trying to spoil someone's life, and when someone commits murder, that means you practically kill that person.
Yeah.
Because I remember when my dad was alive, when we were going, he was like, there was an advice which I do not forget it. He was like, killing someone doesn't mean when you pull a gun or when you bring a knife and slaughter that person. But when you can kill someone indirectly.
Yeah.
You understand? So you sexually abusing someone or child abuse and the person commits suicide, that means you practically kill the person.
The blood is on your hands.
The blood is on your hands.
It's true.
So please, if you do that, you're killing somewhere you're killing somebody. Please stop it.
It's true. And I think as adults,
Yeah.
if we see little kids,
Ah,
even if you didn't see it, sometimes you'll see, I have a little brother, if he's a little sad, or if you see like one of your
Yeah.
cousins they're not acting normal. They really don't like going to school for some odd reason.
Yes, that's another
There's,
thing is
there's
bullying.
signs, yeah.
There's signs because in school, you might think that he's small, that he doesn't know anything.
Yeah.
Like you say, your little brother, you might think that he's small. You'd be like, what's? But he knows because bullying. You know they bully people in school a lot. I don't know about.
Yeah.
Did you experience anything?
As
that kind
me
of thing?
personally,
Yeah.
I've experienced a lot of bullying. Yeah.
Yes, sir. When I was in my primary, I used to feel okay. It's not about beating me, but I think about emotional. Like they feel that they were more brighter than me.
Yeah.
That I was kind of dumb. That was how they used to. That I was not intelligent. So to me, I feel it's bullying because because it's emotional. So I used to feel hurt. So they some of them will be like they choose their friends who to mingle with and who to be associated with. You understand? So they feel that they're intelligent and I'm not really that bright. You understand? So I feel to me it's bullying. So all those things I think it causes also depression.
Yeah, it does. It's true,
Depression. Yeah, it causes depression. So please, if you're a family person, your child, your brother, your little brother, your little sister, your cousins, your nephews, your niece, anyone that is family, and you feel that they are being, because the signs are always there. You feel that maybe going to school scares them. Try to find out what is it that is making them being scared. Please try to find out. The signs are always there. You understand? Only if you're being noticeable to notice it.
Exactly. Yeah. And don't be afraid to. I know nowadays everyone's their own person. You don't yell at someone else's kid anymore.
Yes.
You don't talk to if you have a problem with the kid, you talk to even teachers. I had one time a kid swore at my little brother. And when we went to tell the teachers, they said no, his parents said he can swear. So, like a lot of times what happens is, even me personally, I've seen kids fighting sometimes. And I'm always hesitant, should I break it up? Because then I'll get in trouble.
Yes.
So I think we need to change. It used to be, it takes a village to raise one child.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, now it's like, don't talk to my child, don't look at my child, like it's my child.
That's an adage. That's an adage. It takes more than one. To raise it. Because in my place, in Nigeria, we feel that when a child is being born, you're not the only one to take care.
Exactly.
The whole community.
The whole community
takes care of the child.
So
when you see a child doing something wrong, you correct the child there.
You correct the child
or you go tell the parents and see what I saw your child doing. So I think the child is not for one person.
Exactly.
It's for everybody. Because what you cannot see, another person can see it. And so that's what I feel. And also, I think there's this thing. What's it called again? There's a possibility about men committing suicide more than women.
In today's, it's increasing.
Yes, it's increasing. So can you just enlighten?
Okay, for me, I don't know what every guy is going through, maybe it's different, but for me I think there's a confusion on how you're supposed to act as a man now. Because before it was like, you're the tough macho guy, you pay the bills, you never laugh. Like my dad, I think, unless he's with his friends, he doesn't laugh around us like that. I don't think I've ever seen him be romantic. Like that was like a man's man.
Okay, yeah. I think mostly in Africa, that's the way our parents brought us up.
Yeah, but then also now because again we're all connected, we're getting other cultures' perspective. Now it's okay for a guy to cry. It's okay for a guy to feel these emotions.
Yeah, be vulnerable.
But now you don't know if as a guy how you're supposed to behave or react.
And how people will see you.
So sometimes, I think for me, what I try to do is just be myself. Right?
Yes.
There's things that my parents taught me being Africans, and there's things that I learned just growing up in around white people.
Yeah.
I take what's comfortable with me.
Yes, exactly.
But I see the confusion where it's like, you're living in two different worlds.
Yeah.
And so there's the pressure of saying, when I finish school, I have to get a good job, then I have to get married, then I have to take care of these kids, then I have to do all that.
The pressure is
very high. But then at the same time, you're supposed to be like this very caring, loving, soft-spoken guy. You have to be very careful. And a gentleman. So there's a lot
like
of
you
things.
were today.
Yeah, exactly. So there's a lot of things that are piling up for guys, but I think we've had it good for a very long time.
Yeah.
And as the world changes, there's going to be some growing pains. But I think we're headed, generally speaking, in the right direction, you know? The problem with social media, like, when I was in high school was when social media started coming out. I think I was
my God.
13 when Facebook came out.
Social media have killed
Yeah.
so many.
But if you think about it, it's a just now thing. So maybe the next generation, they'll be used to it.
Yeah, I think social media does two things. It promotes and it kills.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It promotes in terms of if you're a business person,
Yeah.
if you're selling something.
Exactly. Now's the best time.
You
There's
understand?
no-
So it's
yeah.
social media. But when you see some of them, then if you're not doing any, maybe okay, for example, if you're still doing the business and you see other people doing the business and they're doing it more than you, start feeling
Start
bad.
comparing, yeah.
You start comparing. So I think it does two things. It
Yeah.
promotes and then it can also kill you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's true.
Just like God and devil.
Yeah.
God gives,
Yeah.
devil can give you and also take back.
And take back. And then even in Chinese culture, the yin and the yang.
Yeah, exactly.
There's always good and
Good
bad.
and bad.
Everything has a,
Yeah. So that's the thing. God gives and doesn't take, but devil gives.
Yeah.
Okay, God gives. Sometimes He takes on. Only Him knows the
Yeah,
best,
exactly.
the reason why.
Mhm.
But devil, once he's giving,
Yeah.
oh my God, he's asking for something. He's taking.
Yeah, that's true.
Understand? So people, please, be
careful.
careful. Do not compare yourself with people because you don't know what they are struggling. You don't know their struggles.
Yeah.
Everyone have different shoes, size of shoes. Please wear your own size and let another person wear their own size. I beg. Now God I use the beg on now. I beg I speak out for pidgin. Now God I use the beg on now. I beg don't compare yourself with another person.
Yeah.
Please fight your own battle, fight your own struggle. Let another person fight theirs. Please.
Yeah.
Please. Everybody have a monster inside them and they are fighting it.
Yeah,
Please
that's
do not give up. If you're in depression, please do not give up. I'm begging you. Seek for solution. Ask for help. It is not bad to ask for help. You understand? And the help starts from you. If you're willing, to receive the help, please ask for help so they can help you. I'm begging you. Okay, I'm fine. There is this thing that they said from 15 years, youth from 15 years to 29. There's a possibility that you might commit suicide
for girls.
for
Or
youths.
just general?
Yeah, for youths. And if you don't commit suicide from that 15 to 29 years, then I don't think there's any possibility of you taking suicide.
Yeah,
So,
afterwards.
yeah, what do you guys say?
I think I agree with that to a large extent, because I don't know. I think that's the prime time where because as a kid, like I said earlier, and you have dreams. Like for instance, I had a big dream. I thought by this time in my life, 2019, I'd have been like the world supermodel in a magazine, And as children, those times you could swear with your friends.
But you got the contract. That was
I know I did get the contract, but then it's not as big as I want it to be. When I mean big, like I might get the contract.
Someone
yes,
was
and then
visioning
be-
high.
Yeah.
I
wanna
might
be
get
Tyra
the maybe, but I might get the contract and maybe be famous in Kenya or a few African countries. But then I'm talking about a contract where I was thinking about the world will know me by now. So imagine having to go through that as a child, and that's what you want. And then you get to a point where reality now hits you.
Yes.
That this is not possible. Like literally, I'm trying here, I'm trying there, I'm putting this, I'm putting that. It's not
Putting
working.
all your all.
Even with my sister too, she graduated with school. We expected that she would just apply to the UN and get a job. And now she's doing a master's still.
Yes.
And we are still looking for a job. Even me, I'm graduating this year, and I'm still trying to look, where do I get a job from? I'm expecting an internship that I am still looking for. So I feel like if you're not emotionally strong, or if you're emotionally unstable, you're not able to handle the realities of life.
Yes.
You have this fantasy that you want to become, you have this thing that you want to be, and now it hits you that I just cannot be that thing. I just cannot have it. I am trying. I am genuinely trying
Exactly.
to get it, but I just cannot. And then if you don't have the right people around you to, like I like my parents and I like the family that I'm from because they encourage you to do more.
Yes.
If you're looking for something and you're not getting it now, try something else.
I trust your
You
dad.
know,
I
yeah,
trust your dad.
exactly. That's the family I have and the parents that I call and the dad that I have. So, but then you find that there are people out there who are not able to get the job and they are getting criticism from the left, from the right. You know, their mom is like, you're not good enough. They have parents trying to put it to their face. Maybe they have girlfriends
and when you get to a
dumping
certain
them.
age, they'll be like your mates.
Yeah, your mate is getting married, your age mate is doing this. So I feel like when you get to that point, if you don't have the right support system by your side, you don't have the right emotions, you've not been trained to handle it, you just give up in life. You just feel like maybe I should just leave. Maybe no one wants me here. Maybe this wouldn't work, you know? So I feel like the reason why people do that is because number one, they don't have the right support system, they don't have the right family, they don't have the right friends. Probably they're even making it worse for them by getting top-notch friends, you know? And then that could be it. And then they also they weren't brought up to face the reality
also
of
the
life.
environment.
The environment. You know, they've been brought up in fantasies, in a kind of life where it's a do or die. You don't get it, you're not good enough.
Yeah, and,
you know?
and some parents also push their children because they expect so much from them.
Exactly.
Especially when you're a graduate, especially in Nigeria. Oh my God, Nigerian parents, once you're a graduate, they feel that the money will start rolling on.
Exactly.
They expect so much for you, and when you start looking at the expectation and you're not getting there, you start getting depressed.
It's true.
And you'll be like, what am I living for? When I cannot. When my parents are still suffering, I cannot do anything. Like then you'll be like, I'd rather die.
Yeah, it's true. So I think that's the basic reason why. But then out there, you also don't need to give up. Like life is a process. You would get there initially. Eventually, you get
gradually.
there.
I think delayed of destiny is not the destroyer of destiny. You will get there eventually, but maybe it might take your mates. It might take your mates like 1 minute. It might take you 10 hours.
Time is different.
But just patience. Once you get there,
Exactly.
I am not I'm not where I want to be. But whenever I pray, what I tell God, I know I will get there, but it's a matter of time. I know that you will do it, but it's just a matter of time. That's what I tell my God. I know that I will get there, but it's just a matter of time for me to just chill and relax. I know that I will definitely get there.
So I have a question for you guys then, because in our psychology class we talked about basic personality traits, and a lot of them they're just naturally born with it. So someone who's more neurotic, the emotional stability, they don't have that mentality that we're talking about here. And it's not like you can just wake up one day and say, oh, I know, just be more positive. So what are some things that people who are more drawn towards the negative side of life can try to do to change their perspective?
I think number one, like I always say, environment matters. The environment you're being brought up, and people that surrounds you. Like that, because I see another thing I also want to talk about. I see people, they say my role model, my mentor. To me, I feel that because when you see someone like say my role model, you want to be like that person. But in life, we aspire to be greater than someone. Like our parents, like your dad might be rich, but your dad aspires you to be richer than me.
Exactly.
So you feel I feel the right word is you're inspired. Okay, I'm inspired by the good works that this person is doing. I'm inspired by the things you're doing. Like me, I don't know about any other person, but me personally, I don't have a role model.
So you're saying a healthy admiration?
Yes. I don't have a mentor. I don't have a role model. I can only be inspired by what you're doing. I'll be like, I wish I really want to do this. I really want to do what you're doing. I'm inspired by your good works. I'm inspired by your looks. I'm inspired by anything. But having a role model and a mentor, and that is the way I also want to bring my children up. Let them be the role model of themselves. Be contented with yourself. Don't be like, I want to be like this person. Be okay with yourself. Just be inspired by what the person by what the person is doing. Because once you start thinking, this person is my role model, you start thinking that what are things to do to be like that person?
To be like that person.
You understand?
Yeah.
So be contented with what you have, with who you are, with how you are. You understand? Then be inspired. Another thing, just be inspired. Do the good works. If you see someone that is a philanthropist, you be inspired. You understand? So that's what I feel. I feel that because the person you're trying to be a role model to, also is fighting his own struggle. He's fighting his own battle. So how can you be a role model with some which you don't even know the battle he's fighting? How can you now be a role model? How can you want that person to be a role model for you when he's also because all of us, we humans, we are all humans. We have our bad and our good. We have our worst and our bad. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it depends if you bring out your worst for people to see it, or you don't.
Yeah, that's what I keep
But,
saying.
yes, because people hide theirs.
Yeah, it's true.
So to me, that's why I said I don't even want to be a role model to someone. Just be inspired by what I'm doing, because the person I want to be a mentor, that I want that person to be a role model, because I know that he's a human, and he's about to make mistakes.
Yeah, it's true.
So when he makes a mistake, what am I supposed to do? Will I also see him as a role model?
That's
Or will I also do the same thing he does and be like, he also did this, or she also did this?
But then I think as a kid, it's kind of good to have role models, you know?
Yeah, but to me, okay, now, I think being a role model, I know that some parents are bad, but I think charity begins at home.
Yeah.
Start with your parents.
Your parents should be your first role model.
They should be your
that's
first.
true, that's
Charity begins at home. I know that some parents are bad, like
Yeah.
you understand. But to me, I think charity begins. Start with your parents before you start looking outside for another
That's
person.
true. That's true. That's very.
Let your parents be your first role model. You understand? Like my kids, even though I don't want them, but if they want to have a role model, I think we, the parents,
Yeah.
that's why I try my best to lead, to be on a good side.
Lead as an example.
You understand? To lead an example, even though I have my bad side. You understand? I have my bad side, that goes, all humans, we make mistakes. I make mistakes, but even though I try not for them not to see it, but also to teach them not to make that mistake.
Yeah, it's true.
You understand? So I think it starts at home. Start with your parents. Start with your cousin. Start with somebody that is family. Start with them, not before you start looking for outside.
That's very true.
You understand? So that, to me, that is it. Okay, people. I think we've come at the end of today's episode. I hope you guys are motivated. Yes, I hope you guys enjoyed it. It was a fun talk. Please, if you're somewhere in the world and you're watching this and you're depressed and you're thinking of suicide, take it off. Forget it completely. Please be motivated, just like Maslow motivated pyramid.
Yeah.
Before you get your self, please, you just gradually you get there.
Yeah,
I am
that's true.
begging you,
It takes time.
please. It takes time. I know it might take you 10 years, 100 years, but please find something that will motivate you. You know it's good for you to look for something that will motivate you. Look for the things. I don't know what I think responsibility actually motivates me. When I get responsibility, when you give me responsibility, like working, I feel motivated.
It's a sense of purpose.
Yes. So find your sense. I think everyone has to find that sense of purpose. Exactly like find what motivates you. Some people, even money motivates them. So if it's money that motivates you,
Look for it.
look for it more.
Yeah.
Look for it. If it's money,
Yeah.
look for it. If it's family, stay with family. You understand? Bring them closer. Just find your own purpose. Look for what motivates you. It's good for every human to find your purpose. Look for what motivates you before you start thinking of another. And you have to make yourself happy before you start thinking of making another person happy.
Yeah, that's true.
Because if you don't have happiness in yourself, you can't make another person happy. It doesn't work like that, my people. No, people. Okay? Please, are you God the beg now? I beg me now, calm down, alright? Please, wherever you are, please, I'm begging you. Okay. Alright, I want to thank my guest speakers.
Thank you so much for having us.
Yes. I have friends in criminal
Justice.
time and day. Yeah, I have people to call.
If she gets in trouble with the law.
Oh shit! Now here, Ravi, you heard it right? Yes, girl, that's connection. Please, all right. Thank you for watching and stay tuned for my next episode. All right, I love you guys. Say hello to my guys.
Hello, family.
Bye.